What's up, everyone? Chris Nelson here, bringing you another episode of Go Mako. And today we are in the heart of Lansdale, and we are at Brown Guys Brewing, one of my favorite local spots to come have a drink, grab something to eat, and relax. Rather than stand out here and tell you about the establishment, why don't you come inside with me and I'll show you around. Welcome inside, and I want to introduce you to a longtime friend, Mr. Scott Rudick, who is not only the owner, but head brewer here at Brown Guys. So Scott, once again, thank you for allowing me into your establishment. And I would like to educate people a little bit about Brown Guys. So why don't you tell me a little bit about Brown Guys? How long have you guys been here? What do you guys do? What makes you guys unique?
So we started in March of 2012. So we're about to close out year 7, which is pretty remarkable.
Congratulations.
What we do is we focus mostly on retail. We do some distribution, places like Wegmans, different distributors, bottle shops. We will have beer. Sell a lot of beer like Doylestown. But a lot of our stuff is more retail focused. We have 2 tap rooms, one in Glenside, one here in Lansdale. Across the street we have the Underground, which is our live entertainment venue where we do, we try to separate, like a lot of times you go to breweries and brewers are like, oh, we have live music. Well, if you have live music, that's the only thing you can do at a brewery. It's either stand outside and, you know, in either the heat or the cold, or listen to the band. So we've tried to separate that. We have the Underground is a private event space, drag shows, comedy shows, live entertainment. And then the other thing we do that it's not so unique anymore. Back when we started, the idea of doing a new beer every month was pretty new. Most breweries were on the core 6 and the rotational seasonals. Now everybody does a new beer every week, every month. So that's been sort of our hallmark, is try to do a new beer every month for a part of our mug club, and mug club members get a free pour for their first time trying it.
Nice. And mug club, I'm assuming, is correlated to all the mugs on the wall.
It is, yeah. We
tell me a little bit about the beer. What style beers do you brew? And to piggyback on that, out of all the years you've been here, what's been your favorite beer that you guys have cranked out?
I like the styles that are more traditional. I like to go into a brewery and see an English brown ale. I like to go in and see an alt beer, a Kolsch. You know, it's fun to try, you know, 5 different IPAs, double IPAs, and we like making them. But for us, we've kind of centered over the last 6 months that we'll continue to make the classic homebrew styles. Yep. They might not be every month. So right now we have Irish Red. When that runs out, then we'll tap the Scottish Ale, the strong Scottish Ale. But we won't brew another one until the red's gone. As far as the beer that I've enjoyed the most, we did a beer called Supernaut, which is a reference to Black Sabbath song. Okay. It was a classic American Pilsner. It was just a pre-prohibition, 5.6%, a little bit of corn to give it some sweetness, dry hop Pilsner, and it was fabulous. That's the kind of stuff I like, is to brew that requires a lot of technique and a lot of special focus, rather than just double dry hopping and adding fruit.
Why Lansdale? What makes Lansdale special to Brown Guys?
I mean, there's a couple of reasons. One, when we were scouting locations, my business partner at the time lived in Westchester. I lived in Doylestown. So we wanted to find something that was roughly halfway, or at least a point in between.
Absolutely.
I worked at Merck, so when we started looking in Lansdale, one of the important things was if I had to deal with the town, I was only 6 seconds away or a mile away. So those kind of things worked out from that standpoint. But when push came to shove, the people that I met within local government, like Andy Zeckley, who was the mayor at the time, some of the council members who were still involved in local government, they were so very receptive to, hey, let's bring in some new business. And when we walked in this place, we kind of looked like this is that neighborhood feel, that neighborhood kind of like walk up place to hang out, almost Cheers-esque. And at one point, I remember sitting at the corner of the bar, and there's a woman sitting at the other the other half of the bar, and she saw someone come in. They did the girl scream, hug. They met here. One was a professor at the University of Delaware, or Del Val, and the other was a former student at Del Val. They had met as regulars, and then they wound up doing work together where the alumnus was actually on a board of directors for accreditation for Del Val. But if they hadn't come in here and they hadn't had good times here and they hadn't decided to talk to each other, that wouldn't have happened. And so those are the moments that when we came into a town like this and we started to see it was a very walkable town. And one thing that Scott mentioned is there is a level of camaraderie that comes in, and I know you find that in a lot of different areas and locations, but I would agree that there's something very special and unique. Main Street is very exciting with all the things that are going on. In and around are exciting, and I will say that I'm very proud and excited to know that you are a part of that movement. And with that being said, Scott, I can't thank you enough for allowing us some time here in your establishment. I will promise you one thing, that if anyone asks me where they can get either a good taco Americano on a Tuesday or something good to drink on any day, I will make sure that I refer you guys, Brown Guys, right here in the heart of Lansdale. Thanks, Chris.